Hello everybody, and today I am going to tell you a very important chapter, that is vector calculus. And before going to vector calculus, I want to give you some concepts. That means on dot product, cross product, scalar triple product and vector triple product. Okay, I am going to tell you simple things, and perhaps it is known to you. Still then I am recalling those things. Okay, so that I can proceed rapidly in vector calculus. Okay, so let us see here. What is a vector quantity? And vector quantity is a quantity which have both direction and magnitude. And scalar quantity is a quantity which have only magnitude. Okay, and already you know a vector can be written as a vector mod into a cap. And a cap is the unit vector along a vector, and this a cap can be written as a vector by a vector mod. Clear? And what are I cap, j cap, k cap? And I cap, j cap, k cap are the unit vector along x axis, y axis and z axis. See here, this is x axis, this is y axis and this is z axis. This is the origin. And I cap is the unit vector along x axis, and j cap is the unit vector along y axis, and k cap is the unit vector along z axis. I cap, j cap, k cap are the unit vector along x axis, y axis and z axis. And now come to the point, position vector. What do you know position vector of a point? See here, P is any point whose coordinates are x, y, z, and this is the origin, and this is x axis, y axis, z axis, and this is OP vector, and OP vector is R vector, and the position vector of the point P with respect to origin is OP vector, and the direction should be towards P. Clear? So OP vector is the position vector of the point P with respect to origin, and it is given by, generally it is denoted as R vector, and which can be written as x into I cap plus y into j cap plus z into k cap. Clear? So this is the position vector of the point P whose coordinates are x, y, z with respect to origin O. And what is R vector mod? And we can simply write R, and this is x square plus y square plus z square, put a root over square root. This is the magnitude of R vector. Clear? That means square of the coefficient of I cap. That means see here, one important thing. What are x, y, z? X, y, z are the scalar components. Scalar components of R vector. These are the scalar components of R vector along x axis, y axis and z axis respectively. Always say respectively. Clear? And what is x into I cap? It is the vector component of R vector along x axis. Y into j cap, it is the vector component of R vector along y axis. It is along x axis, it is along y axis, and z into k cap, it is the vector component of R vector along z axis. If you will take x, y, z, these are the scalar components. If you take x into I cap, that means I, j, k with x, y, z. They are known as vector components. Clear? Now it is clear to you about position vector and the magnitude of R vector, and how to find out a unit vector. A cap means a vector by a vector mod. Clear? And see here. And how to find out a B vector. See, this is A and this is B, and the coordinate of x A is x1, y1, z1, and the coordinates of B are x2, y2, z2. So how to find out a B vector? It is known to you. It is the position vector of B minus position vector of A. B minus A. If you want to find out a B vector, so B minus A. B minus A is x2 minus x1 into I cap, x2 minus x1 into I cap, plus y2 minus y1 into j cap, plus z2 minus z1 into k cap. This is the position vector. This is the value of AB vector. Clear? So AB vector means position vector B minus position vector of A. Now I am going to tell you about collinear vectors. I have seen many of the teachers are giving some confused statements about collinear vectors. See here. Collinear vectors. Co means common and linear means line. The vectors, two vectors. If you are taking two vectors, then it is collinear. If you are taking more than two vectors, it is coplanar. Clear? So, two vectors are said to be collinear if they have same line of action. If they have same line of action, that means like this or like this. There are two cases. They are moving in same direction, same line. In one line they will move. That means the line will be one, but the direction may be same, may not be same. In this case, they are moving in the same direction. In this case, they are moving in opposite direction. Clear? And in this case, theta is equal to 0 degree, angle between the two vectors. And in this case, theta is equal to 180 degree. And there are two vectors, A vector and B vector. And these two vectors are said to be collinear if one of the vector is a scalar multiple of the B vector. And this scalar is unequal to 0. That means unequal to 0 means it may be positive, it may be negative. If it is positive, then this is the case. That means they are in same direction. And if k is negative, then this is the case. That means A vector and B vector, if we put -2, that means the direction of B vector is opposite to that of A vector. So this is the case of k is negative, negative k. And this is the case, k is positive. If one of the vector is a scalar multiple of the other vector, then the two vectors are said to be collinear. Clear? This is the definition of collinear vector. And now tell me, what is the definition of coplanar vector? 3 vector or 4 vector or 5 vectors. Under what condition they are said to be coplanar? If see here, I am taking A vector, B vector, C vector, 3 vectors. Or another vector, D vector. And they are said to be coplanar if any one vector can be expressed as the linear combination of the other vectors. That means, for example, A vector is equal to alpha 1 into B vector plus alpha 2 into C vector plus alpha 3 into D vector. And alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 are any scalars. Clear? If one of the vector, this is the linear combination of B vector, C vector, D vector. Any one vector, if it can be expressed as the linear combination of the other vectors, then those vectors are said to be coplanar. This is the definition. Clear? See here. Now I am going to tell you about dot product of two vectors. Listen clearly. Here, this is A vector and this is B vector, and the angle between them is theta. And remember, the angle should be measured in anticlockwise direction. Always. You should take always in anticlockwise direction. And while determining A dot B, that means you should move from A to B, not from B to A. You are taking A dot B from A to B in anticlockwise direction. A to B in anticlockwise direction, that means in this direction. Clear? So the definition of A dot B means A vector mod B vector mod into cos theta. Or you may say dot product or scalar product, or scalar product also you may say. And what is the definition of A dot B? A vector mod into B vector mod into cos theta, or simply you may write AB cos theta. Clear? Now what is the value of B dot A? BA cos theta? No. B dot A means you should move from B to A in anticlockwise direction. B to A in anticlockwise direction. And this angle is 2 pi minus theta. Clear? So the formula is B vector mod into A vector mod into cos 2 pi minus theta. And cos 2 pi minus theta is cos theta. It is in the fourth quadrant. So I am writing this to AB cos theta. So here AB cos theta, here AB cos theta. That's why A dot B is equal to B dot A. That means dot product is commutative. Dot product is commutative. Clear? Now see here. What is the angle between the two vectors? From this, what is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by A vector mod into B vector mod. Simply divide a vector mod into b vector mod to a dot b. So it implies theta is how much? Cos inverse a vector dot b vector divided by a vector mod into b vector mod. This is the angle between the two vectors, a vector and b vector. Clear? Now see, what is a dot a? A dot a means a dot b. And what is the angle between a vector with same vector? 0. A vector makes an angle 0 with itself. So it is a vector mod into a vector mod into cos 0. And cos 0 is 1, so you will write a vector mod square or simply a square. So I am taking the example, that means a dot a is equal to a mod square. Clear? Similarly, I dot I is equal to I mod square, and I cap is a unit vector, its magnitude is 1. So I dot I is equal to I mod square, and I mod is 1, so 1 square is 1. So I dot I is equal to j dot j is equal to k cap dot k cap is equal to 1. Clear? Now, next one. If a vector is perpendicular to b vector, then the angle between them is 90 degree. Then theta is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, a vector dot b vector is equal to a vector mod into b vector mod into cos 90 degree, and cos 90 is 0. So a vector mod into b vector into 0 is equal to 0. That means the dot product of two perpendicular vectors is 0. Therefore, a vector is perpendicular to b vector implies or implied by a dot b is equal to 0. That means, what is the meaning of implies or implied by? That means if a is perpendicular to b vector, then the dot product is 0. Again reverse. If a dot product is 0, then they are perpendicular to each other. Now, what are I cap, j cap, k cap? I have told you they are unit vector along x axis, y axis and z axis. And already it is known to you, x axis, y axis, z axis, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. And what is the meaning of mutually perpendicular? That means x axis is perpendicular to y axis, and y axis is perpendicular to z axis, and z axis is perpendicular to x axis. That means I, j, k, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. And already I have told you, if the two vectors are perpendicular, then the dot product is 0. So, according to this property, I dot j is equal to j dot k is equal to k dot I is equal to 0. Clear? Again, next property I am going to tell you, a dot b plus c is equal to a dot b plus a dot c. That means dot product satisfies the distributive. Okay, a dot b plus c to a dot b plus a dot c. And how to find out c here? Let a vector is equal to a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap, and b vector is equal to b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap. So how to find out a dot b? See here, this one, a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap dot b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap, and apply the distributive law. So a1 I cap dot b1 I cap. So I dot I, it is 1. So a1 b1. Clear? I dot j, second term vanishes. I dot k, third term also vanishes according to this property. Clear? So now come to the second term. a2 j cap dot b1 I cap. That means j dot I, it is 0. J dot j, it is 1. So a2 b2. Then j dot k, it is 0. Then third part, k dot I, it is 0. K dot j, it is also 0. So k dot k, it is 1, so a3 b3. That means simply write the terms I, j, k, k terms, and other term vanishes. That means a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. So this is the value of a dot b. Clear? Now see here, some properties I am going to tell you. A plus b mod square is equal to a mod square plus b mod square plus twice of a dot b. So how it is possible? See here, already I have told you this one. A vector mod square equal to A dot A. Clear? That means the quantity within the modulus is a vector. So mod of square of the mod of a vector means A dot A. That means the quantity within the modulus that dot itself. So here A plus B mod square is equal to A plus B dot A plus B. Clear? Because within the modulus it is A plus B. So instead of A, I have written A plus B. So A plus B dot A plus B. So apply the distributive property. A dot A plus A dot B plus B dot A plus B dot B. And A dot A is A mod square. Clear? And B dot B is B mod square. And dot product is commutative. So B dot A can be written as A dot B. So A dot B plus A dot B. This is twice of A dot B. Clear? And the second property is, if we take this one as negative, so this will become negative. So the proof can be done accordingly. Okay, this is the second property. See here, this is the third property and LHS. Apply the distributive law. A dot A minus A dot B plus B dot A minus B dot B. So it is equal A dot A is A vector mod square, and A dot B and B dot A, they are commutative. A and B are commutative, that means A dot B is equal to B dot A, so we can write this one as A dot B. So minus A dot B plus A dot B, they cancel with each other and remain this is B mod square. Clear? This is your RHS. See here, this is parallelogram equality. And this one you can write parallelogram equality. And already I have told you in the first property, A plus B mod square means A vector mod square plus B vector mod square plus twice of A dot B. And from the second property, it is known to you. Tell me, A vector mod square plus B vector mod square minus twice of A dot B. So these two quantity cancel out. A mod square plus A mod square. It is twice of A mod square, and B mod square plus B mod square. Twice of B mod square. Take two common. So it will become A mod square plus B mod square. So this is the answer. See this property. If mod of A plus B equal mod of A minus B, then A vector is perpendicular to B vector. See here, given A plus B mod is equal to mod of A minus B. Simply square both the sides. A plus B mod square is equal to A minus B mod square. So it implies A vector mod square plus B vector mod square plus twice of A dot B. And this is A vector mod square plus B vector mod square minus twice of A dot B. So these two cancel to the LHS and take minus 2 A dot B to left hand side. It is 4A dot B equal to 0. So it implies 4 is unequal to 0. So A dot B is equal to 0 and A dot B is equal to 0 means A vector is perpendicular to B vector. And reversely you can go also. So I am giving implied and implied by. Clear? So this is your proof. See this one another problem. Mod of A plus B, its square and is equal to mod A square plus mod B square. Implied and implied by A vector is perpendicular to B vector. So given, see here, A plus B mod square, A mod square plus B mod square. So implied and implied by, apply the property 1. It is A mod square plus B mod square plus twice of A dot B. So is equal to A vector mod square plus B vector mod square. So these two cancel with these two. So implies twice of A dot B is equal to 0. So implied and implied by A dot B is equal to 0. It implies and implied by A vector is perpendicular to B vector. This is the requirement. See here, it is given that mod of A plus B is equal to mod A plus mod B. Then implied and implied by A vector is parallel to B vector. So given A vector plus B vector mod is equal to A vector mod plus B vector mod. So take a square of both these sides. A plus B mod square is equal to A vector mod plus B vector mod. Take the whole square of this one. And this one apply the property 1, A mod square plus B mod square plus twice of A dot B is equal to this one. It will be, this one is a scalar, this one is a scalar. So simply you apply A plus B whole square. So A mod square plus B mod square plus twice A mod into B mod. Dot dot. Don't put a dot here. It is twice of AB. So these two cancel out. So remain twice of, what is the formula for A dot B? A mod into B mod into cos theta. So you should write here where theta is the angle between A vector and B vector. Clear? So twice of the cancel out. So cos theta is equal to 1. That means theta is equal to 0 degree. And theta is equal to 0 means A vector is parallel to B vector. Clear? See, now I am going to tell you about cross product or vector product. Same thing, I am taking this one as A vector and this one as B vector, and theta is the angle between A vector and B vector. And you should measure in anti-clockwise direction angle. And what is the formula for A cross B? See here, A cross B is equal to A vector mod into B vector mod into sin theta into n cap. What is n cap? N cap is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing A vector and B vector. That means n cap should be perpendicular to the plane containing A vector and B vector. See here, these are the two vectors. This one is A vector, this one is B vector. So n cap is perpendicular to this plane, the plane which contains A vector and B vector. So it can be like this or it can be like this. So how to find out whether it will be in upward direction or whether it will be in downward direction? So you should apply the right hand thumb rule or right hand screw rule. It is, so if this is A vector and this is B vector, so you should scroll the fingers in this direction, and the thumb will be the direction of n cap. And if you are taking from B to A, so you should do like this. So the thumb will be in downward direction, and that is the direction of n cap. Clear? So there are two cases, either this case or this case. So accordingly you should apply. Now see here. And what is B cross A? I have told you. B cross A, while applying the formula, and you should take the angle in anti-clockwise direction, and the angle is 2 pi minus theta. So B vector mod into A vector mod into sine 2 pi minus theta whole into n cap. And sine of 2 pi minus theta is minus sine theta. So minus A vector mod B vector mod into sine theta into n cap. Clear? And this one is your A cross B. So minus of A cross B. That means A cross B cross product is not commutative, and A cross B and B cross Z, they are opposite in direction. If this is A vector and this is B vector, and if n cap, this is the direction of A cross B, then B cross A will be in opposite direction. B cross A. Here. And what is the value of n cap? Here, see here. The direction of n cap is same as that of A cross B, because this is a scalar quantity. Within the bracket, the quantity is a scalar quantity. So the direction of n cap should be same as that of A cross B. Here. So how to find out the value of n cap? And how to find out the value of sin theta? Clear? Now see here, this is your formula. A cross B is equal to A mod into B mod into sin theta into n cap. So take its magnitude. A cross B mod is equal to A vector mod into B vector mod into sin theta. Because the magnitude of n cap is 1. So this is the formula for A cross B. Now another formula I am going to tell you. What is the value of sin theta? Sin theta. That means A cross B mod divided by A vector mod into B vector mod. So this is your formula for sin theta. Clear? Now, this A mod into B mod into sin theta is A cross B mod. So put this quantity here. So therefore, A cross B is equal to, within the bracket is same as that, this one. So whose value is this one? So A cross B mod into n cap. So what is n cap? A cross B divided by A cross B mod. So this is your formula for the unit vector perpendicular to both A vector B vector. So now let us see here. What is A vector cross A vector? A cross A. And the angle between A and A is 0. That means the vector makes an angle 0 degree with itself. So I can write A vector mod into A vector mod into sin 0 into n cap. So it is equal to 0 into n cap, or in the right 0 vector, not 0, don't write 0, it is a 0 vector. So I cross I, j cross j, k cross k, all are equal to 0 vector. Don't say 0, it is 0 vector. Clear? Now, what is I cross j? That means I cap mod into j cap mod into sin 90 degree. Because the angle between I and j, I is along x axis, j is along y axis, so angle between I and j is 90 degree. So I mod into j mod into sin 90 into unit vector perpendicular to the plane containing I cap and j cap. And I cap j cap is in the plane of xy. There it is along x axis, it is along y axis, so xy plane. See here. So this is I cap and this is j cap. And your z axis is like this. Clear? So I and j is in the xy plane. And z axis is perpendicular to xy plane. And along z axis, the unit vector is k cap. So into k cap. So this is 1, sin 90 is 1, so it is equal to k cap. So the value of I cross j is equal to k. Similarly, j cross k is equal to I. Same process. And k cross I is equal to j. So, and if I say j cross I, it is minus k. J cross k, it is minus I. K cross I cross k, it will be minus I. So, in order to remember this formula, so I can take like this: I, j, k. That means I cross j is equal to k, j cross k is equal to I, k cross I is equal to j. If you take in opposite direction, that means in clockwise direction, it will become negative. That means I cross k is equal to minus j cross j, k cross j is equal to minus I, and j cross I is equal to minus k. Clear? Now here, see here. A cross B plus C, it open distributed law. A cross B plus A cross C. So if A vector is equal to A1 I cap plus A2 j cap plus A3 k cap, and B vector is equal to B1 I cap plus B2 j cap plus B3 k cap. So you can apply the distributive law to find the value of A cross B. But it will be better if you apply the method of determinant ijk. First it is A, so write the coefficient of ijk, A1, A2, A3. Then B is your second term, so then B1, B2, B3. So by the method of determinant, you will take I cap. So omit this first row and first column. So this both. So apply the cross multiplication. A2 B3 minus B2 A3. So middle one is minus A. Omit this column and this row. So these four terms. Apply the cross multiplication. A1 T2, A1 T3, and minus B1 A3. Then plus K cap. This column and this row are omitted. So these four quantities remain. So A1 T2 minus B1 A2. So this is your value of A cross B. Clear? So what is the geometrical meaning of cross product? This is a triangle ABC, and this is A vector and this is B vector, and the angle between A vector and B vector is theta, and you should measure angle always in anticlockwise direction. Clear? And the direction should be maintained. So area of the triangle ABC is equal to A vector plus B vector mod. This is the area, and the vector area is equal to A vector cross B vector. Simply remove the mod. It is the vector area. Sorry, this is a half of A cross B, and this is also half of A cross B. This is half of A cross B mod, and this is only half of A cross B. Okay, and this is the area of the triangle ABC. And if we take a parallelogram whose adjacent sides are A and B, then its area is equal to, see here, if I draw a diagonal here, so this area is equal to this area, this is triangle, and the area of this triangle is half of A cross B mod, this is also half of A cross B mod, so twice of half of A cross B mod. So 2 cancel out, simply A cross B mod. And the vector area will be equal to simply A cross B. So now I am going to tell you about triple product. There is scalar triple product, and the scalar triple product of ABC is denoted as like this: A, B, C. Put a square bracket like this. Don't put commas. Simply ABC. Put some gaps in between there, and whose value is A dot B cross C. So always put a bracket to cross product part. Don't put a bracket here. If you put a bracket here, see what is the meaning of this one. A dot B cross C. This is scalar, and you cannot write like this. 2 cross A vector. This is undefined term. It has no meaning. So you should be written like this: 2 into A vector, not 2 cross A vector, 2 into A vector. So this is scalar quantity, and cross product and dot product should be put within 2 vectors, not between 2 scalars or a scalar and a vector. So here it is scalar quantity and this is a vector quantity. So cross product cannot be put within these 2 quantities. So you should put a bracket to the cross product part. And what is the meaning of this one? See here, the meaning of this one is, this is a parallelepiped. And what is the meaning of coterminous edges? Coterminous edges means if you take any vertex, so 3 edges are connected to this vertex. If you take this vertex, there are 3 edges connected to this vertex. Here also, to each vertex there are 3 edges. So these 3 edges are called coterminous edges related to this vertex. And these 3 vectors, these 3 edges are called coterminous edges with respect to this vertex. And these 3 edges are the coterminous edges with respect to this vertex. So if this one is A vector, and this one is B vector, and this one is C vector, then its volume is equal to ABC triple product. So you can take this one A, this one B, this one C. That means cyclic order should be maintained due to presence of cross product. So you can write BCA, or due to cross product I am taking anticlockwise direction, or you can say CAB. Clear? So the volume of the parallelepiped is given by ABC triple product or BCA triple product or CAB triple product. That means, see here, A dot B cross A is equal to B dot C cross A is equal to C dot A cross A. That means this one equal to this one equal to this one. But dot product is commutative. I can write B cross C dot A, and this one I can write C cross A dot B, and this can be written as A cross B dot C. All are equal. This one equal to this one equal to this one because these three represent the volumes, and this one is also equal to this one is also equal to this one. That means all these 6 quantities are equal to each other. So see the difference. I am going to tell you. This quantity is also equal to this quantity. That means A dot B cross C is equal to A cross B dot C. So what is the difference? Here it is ABC, here also ABC. So the difference is that the signs of dot and cross are interchangeable. In place of dot I have written cross, in place of cross I have written dot. That means in a scalar triple product, if the cyclic order of ABC is maintained, then the signs of dot and cross are interchangeable. You can interchange the signs of dot and cross like this. Okay, so this is the property. And see here, if ABC means, I am taking this one, see clearly. This one A vector, or I am taking this one A vector, this one B vector, and this one as C vector. In this figure, my C vector is the height. Clear? And if C vector will lie on the plane of A and B, that means there will be no height. That means the volume will be equal to 0. And if C vector lies in the plane of A and B, that means A vector, B vector, C vector are coplanar. Clear? So there will be no three-dimensional structure. It will become a simply plane. Due to height, you are getting the three-dimensional figure. And if there will be no height, that means if this vector will lie on the plane of A and B, that means the A vector, B vector, C vector will be coplanar. Then there will be no volume, no three-dimensional figure, no volume. That means A vector, B vector, C vector triple product will be equal to 0. That means this is the condition. If that means A vector, B vector, C vector are coplanar, if and only ABC triple product is equal to 0. That means if the three vectors are coplanar, then the triple product is 0. Reversely, if their triple product is 0, then the three vectors are coplanar. Clear? Now another question. The question is that how to find out A vector, B vector, C vector triple product, scalar triple product. So let A vector is equal to A1 I cap plus A2 j cap plus A3 k cap, and B vector is equal to B1 I cap plus B2 j cap plus B3 k cap, and C vector is equal to C1 I cap plus C2 j cap plus C3 k cap. So ABC triple product, you can find out first cross product, then you can make dot product with A vector. But I am telling you the direct method. First of all, you have A. That means A1, A2, A3. Write the coefficients of ij of A vector. Then it is B. So B1, B2, B3. Then it is C. C1, C2, C3. Determinant. So and you can expand the determinant. And question is that there is a property in determinant. If any two rows are equal, then the value of the determinant becomes 0. If any two rows are equal, then the value of the determinant becomes 0. And second part is there, if any two rows are proportional, that means one of the row is a multiple of another row, then in that case also the determinant becomes 0. That means, see here, if I take like this, A vector, B vector, A vector, A vector, B vector, A vector. So these three will be A1, A2, A3. Here A1, A2, A3, here A1, A2, A3. If two rows are equal, then the value of the determinant will be 0. Again, A vector, B vector, K into A vector. So multiple of A vector. In that case, here it will become K into A1, K into A2, K into A3. In that case also, the determinant value will be equal to 0. That means these are the 2 points. If any two vectors in a scalar triple product are equal or proportional, then the value will become 0. Here, let's see here. The formula for vector triple product. Then that means both the sides are cross product. But in a scalar triple product, one of them is dot and another is a cross. There will be two sides in triple product. If both are cross product, then it is a vector triple product. If one is a dot and another is a cross, then it is a scalar triple product. And A cross B cross C. I have put a bracket within B and C. So A is a single vector. And A can be on the left hand side or it can be on the right hand side. If it is on the left hand side, so take A dot C into B. A dot C into B minus A dot B into C. Because A dot B is a scalar quantity, so scalar into B, not dot or not cross. Don't put a dot or cross here because this is scalar quantity. So, and B cross C cross A is equal to B dot A into C minus C dot A into D. These are the two formulas on vector triple product. And see here, if already it is known to tetrahedral or tetrahedron, and the volume of the tetrahedron, this subtype may be they may say question on in subtype volume of a tetrahedron whose coterminous edges are A vector, B vector, C vector is equal to 1 by 6. A vector, B vector, C vector triple product. Here, this is the volume of the tetrahedron. And I have told you about dot product, cross product, scalar triple product and vector triple product. Simply check it out and the next class I will start vector calculus. Clear?